Now, before we begin the morning roundup of global news, in a blow to U.S. President Donald Trump, the Senate has rejected two bills to end the government shutdown, leaving no end in sight to the record-breaking closure of federal agencies. This even as multi-millionaire U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross urged the furloughed workers to just take a bank loan to end their miseries. The Republican legislation failed by 50-47 and the Democratic bill followed suit by 52-44. Both measures needed 60 votes to pass. Trump later told reporters at the White House that he would only sign a bill if it included a down payment on a border barrier.
Donald Trump think that using a shutdown as leverage to get something else is illegitimate and beneath the oath of office.
Well, one of the ideas suggested is they open it, they pay a sort of a prorated down payment for the wall, which I think people will agree that you need. You need the wall. In fact, I see a lot of the Democrats almost all of them are breaking saying, look, walls are good, walls are good. Big difference from what you had 2 or 3 weeks ago. And we had the vote on our bill, which we won 50-47. That was our bill. But we got one Democrat. It was 50-47. And we need, as you know, we have to get 60. We don't have 60 votes, so we need Democrat support. We didn't get Democrat support other than from a actually wonderful man, as you know, Senator Manchin, and who's doing the right thing for his people. I mean, he's doing the right thing for West Virginia, frankly.
The Democratic leader of the U.S. House of Representatives, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, said the president's request was not reasonable.
The president just said that if they come to a reasonable agreement, he will support it. I hope that doesn't mean some big down payment for the wall.
Large down payment for the wall.
But that is not a reasonable agreement between the senators.
Do you know what he's talking about? What size down payment he's asking
I don't
for?
know if he knows what he's talking about.
What about a 3-week prorated payment?
I don't know what that means.
Meanwhile, U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross has drawn criticism after he urged furloughed federal workers facing a second missed paycheck to seek loans to pay their bills. He said it was disappointing that some federal workers affected by the government shutdown were not showing up to work. When asked by reporters to comment on the Commerce Secretary's idea of taking loan, this is what President Donald Trump had to say.
No, I haven't heard the statement, but I do understand that perhaps he should have said it differently. Local people know who they are when they go for groceries and everything else. And I think what Wilbur was probably trying to say is that they will work along. I know banks are working along. If you have mortgages, the mortgagees, the folks collecting the interest and all of those things, they work along. And that's what happens in time like this. They know the people. They've been dealing with them for years, and they work along. The grocery store. And I think that's probably what Wilbur Ross meant, but I haven't seen his statement, no. But he's done a great job, I will tell you that.
Meanwhile, 800,000 federal workers who are struggling to cover their bills will miss another payday on Friday. At 34 days with no end in sight, this is the longest shutdown in U.S. history.